Hi, today I was reminded of a scene from The Color Purple. Out of the blue, it just came to me. The scene where everybody, I think it's one of the top three scenes of the movie, where Sophia turns and, she's disappointed in Celie. After Celie gave her gave her husband advice to beat her. And she said, so Sophia says to Celie, all my life I had to fight. And she said, a girl child is not safe. No, ain't safe in a home full of men. And I never thought that when I got older, I would have to fight in my own home. And I thought about that, like, why would that come to me, out of the blue? It's definitely a movie that I don't really revisit because it's very, it's a good movie, well done, but it's dark for me to experience. It's very, lowers the vibe a bit. So I thought, well, okay, maybe somebody needs to hear that you should not feel unsafe in your own home, whether you are a woman or a man that grew up in a home that wasn't very safe. When you get older and you have a chance to choose where you live, you owe it to yourself and your inner child to live somewhere safe. So maybe you live in a house or in a community where you feel like there's nowhere to run to, because after all, everyone knows what's going on. And even if I left and went to my cousins or left and went to my aunties, or they would all look at me like I'm crazy because it's acceptable. I would say you might have to leave your whole entire community, your whole family, because if it's okay to see you go through this, then they're not really people you want to continue living with anyway. So you might have to really be brave and look for safe shelter or safe communities, or somewhere completely new, somewhere you've never been, people you've never been around, and take a chance on a new life, because God does not want you to be unsafe, not for 1 minute, not for 1 day, not even once. Because we know how that goes. Once it starts, it's like, okay, well, that'll never happen again. It was just, a bad day, or that person was angry. It shouldn't happen ever. So dare not let it happen a second, third, fourth time. And it's not even about just physical abuse, even harsh energy, especially if you are sensitive. You don't need to be around it. Now, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying the minute you have an argument with somebody, just leave and never look back. You know what I mean? If you're constantly in fear of being around someone, if you're constantly being criticized, if you're constantly being talked down to, then it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. So with that, let's see what the cards have to say, what Spirit has to say. The stone. See why the stone came up. And if you know someone who's going through this, just by chance, if you happen to think, well, that's her business or that's his business, I would say maybe God put you in place for you to make it your business too. Not saying make the choices for her, but be that supportive, encouraging ear for him or her to get away, to break clean from that situation. Don't encourage them to stay, or don't make light of the situation, and don't act as if it's normal without blaming or making them feel, like it's their fault. Of course not. But just keep reminding them you have to have a safe place. You do deserve better. But certainly don't just walk away and think, well, they're grown, they make a choice. Yeah, someone may be an adult, but they may be making a choice that they feel like they don't have any power. So they just make the choice by default. Okay, the stone, the eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So that inner peace, that reliable place where you can be still, should be home. Generation after generation, it's the home where people feel at ease normally in the best situations. But if you do have let's say it's generationally normal for your family to not have a peaceful atmosphere where you feel still at home. Maybe that is why you feel more comfortable in a volatile atmosphere, and that feels like home. But think about, even if you visited someone else's home and how you're surprised, you go to Karen's house, and Karen's house has peace and quiet. When Karen's husband walks in the room, there's no jumping, there's no harsh talk, there's no demands. And then you feel the difference from your home, right? Think about how you don't want the next generation to feel like you feel at home. You want the next generation to feel like Karen's atmosphere. You have to change that so that your next generation doesn't feel like it's normal for home to feel like a war zone. Okay, I think that's what this is saying. Let's get a few tarot cards. Spirit, what do you want to say about this situation? Four of Pentacles. A lot of times, Four of Pentacles can mean holding on to something, holding back. For me, it means grounded, stability, especially financially or in the material world or energetically. Your energy is safe. Your foundation is good, it's solid. Okay, I'll take all three. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the King of Wands, which is also Leo or Sagittarius, Aries. In this context, since I'm thinking about an overpowering situation, I'm seeing this as in either the King of Wands could be overpowering the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles overpowering the King of Wands. Yes, it can go both ways. You have some very domineering and dominant females who speak harshly, who can be very critical because of maybe what they've been through, or they feel like they just need to have control. But it happens. And some men are just very submissive too. But they may not feel safe. They may not feel like themselves, at the very least, free to be themselves. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Wow, a lot of characters in here in this situation. This is either the Queen of Wands rushing toward someone, or someone rushing toward the Queen of Wands. Let's see some more. Tower. Six of Pentacles is the Tower of fairness, equal give and take. An unexpected moment of when you realize this is what you want, this is what you're going to go after, or this can happen for you. A light bulb moment where I don't have to live like this. I'm one step away from a whole nother life, of living a whole nother existence, where I can breathe easily and be myself. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. I have many options and avenues, many more than I imagined. Priestess, because I have the downloads from my ancestors telling me enough is enough. We live that way. You don't have to. And the Almighty letting you know that's not why I breathed life into you. Not for you to live unhappily or under anyone else's control. No, sirree. No, I did not. I did not intend that for you. Too many. Don't even see them, their face down. We'll leave it that way. So I'm not tempted to. Okay, thank you. Oh, Ten of Swords. It's over. The pain, a long, painful ending. It's the end of a long, painful run. Too many times did you stab me. Too many times. It's over. That's the end. And at the bottom of the deck, world, a new world, a whole new world. Beautiful. This time around, not next life, this life. Skip forward. Couldn't wait to come out, could you? Alchemy. Changing a rotten situation into a beautiful one. Using everything you've been through to give you the courage and the bravery to go move into a whole new existence. Make it an adventure. Brazen. Yes, brazen. Be bold. Be brave. Look forward to a new life of freedom. Remember now another movie, Sleeping with the Enemy, and I could feel how good Julia Roberts felt. I don't remember her name in the movie, but how good she felt when she broke free. Remember, she put on her hat that disguised and got away from all crazy and went far away, went somewhere else, and then she felt so free. She was like, I mean, a kid again. That's what I'm seeing and feeling for somebody out there. Let's get an angel message for you to wrap this one up. 666. Reflection. When you allow time for reflection, you allow yourself to see where inner shifts are needed. It is time for you to look at your beliefs and ask, is this serving me, or is it time for me to release this? Reflect, refocus, and readjust. Affirmation, as I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my higher self. As I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my highest self. And that says it in a nutshell. I do wish you the best of luck, but more than that, the heart to be brave and to do what's right for you. I will see you next time.